Hello everyone. Today we have another couple of stories from Surviving Infidelity. One deals with a woman wondering if she should hire a lawyer to handle her divorce since her soon-to-be ex-husband is taking care of her bills. The next deals with a woman who found her spouse cheating online via Reddit. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This story is titled, Should I Hire a Divorce Lawyer? Long story short, my ex and I were married for 9 years and have 2 very young children together. He had an 8-month-long affair with his boss, and when I discovered it, he left me for her, May 2019. They are still together today. I was a stay-at-home mom at the time. We filed for divorce last summer, but it is still not quite finalized even though he has been living with her for almost 2 years. We initially agreed to not get lawyers involved and to sort it out ourselves. Most of my bills are still in his name, and he has been pretty decent about helping pay for my life necessities as I am not currently working. I am getting to the point where my kids are getting older and I am ready to start working again and supporting myself. I would like to rip the band-aid off and live within the monthly budget he owes me instead of asking him for monthly allowances. Anyhow, I recently learned he was promoted, and his salary has almost doubled since we filed our papers. He went from making about $145,000 to $230,000. He has not told me personally about this pay increase. I'm hesitant to bring it up to him because I don't want him to rush to finalize the divorce if he thinks I'm coming for more money. But I do feel like I am owed more money if he did receive an increase, especially seeing as his promotions at work were at my expense. He is also living in her house that is fully paid off with her large salary as well, and I will still be struggling to make ends meet on the monthly amount he initially agreed to pay me. Anyhow, we have remained civil despite all the drama, and I don't want to rock the boat by coming in with a divorce lawyer. But I also don't trust him to have my best interest even though he has been very helpful thus far. Anyone care to give me legal advice? Comment 1. Time to get an attorney. Seriously. This is beyond Reddit's pay grade. Don't trust a cheater to give you a fair shake. Comment 2. I would say most definitely consult with a lawyer. A lot of the consultations are free, and the lawyer can tell you what you are legally entitled to. I would not trust your former spouse to continue taking care of you in perpetuity. Getting a divorce settled is the best way to move on with your life and see what your life will look like post-divorce. Honestly, I'm kind of thinking with your upcoming life changes too, I would suggest you aggressively go to school for whatever career his boss have so you can have that kind of salary. Then no matter what, you can live within the style of life you're accustomed to, since the one downside about relying on spousal support is that if the ex-spouse passes, loses a job, or moves out of the country, that source of funding goes away. Good luck. I'm sorry to hear what you're going through, but things will get better. I promise. Comment 3. I do not see how at least consulting an attorney could hurt. I think there should be a comparison of what you should be receiving given your circumstances and what you actually are receiving. Then you have to look at practical considerations, i.e., the divorce process is supposed to be fair, but the end result may not actually be fair. I don't care how much money he is making, and she is making. I have heard too many people in their situation consider they already are paying too much. I don't know the dynamic between him and his girlfriend versus him and his wife. She may be telling him he already does too much for you. I would be surprised if it was the other way around. My experience is that people close to him would tell him he is already paying too much. People close to you would be telling you that he is getting off easy. An attorney can tell you what is the actual regular settlement in your situation. Comment 4. Get a lawyer. You may be able to sue his girlfriend for destroying your marriage. It depends on where you live. Most states used to have a law where the spouse who was the victim could sue the man or woman who was the affair partner. The slimy politicians have put an end to that law in most states here in the USA. I think there still might be several states where it's still legal. Even if that law is no longer on the books where you live, you should get a lawyer. You need to protect yourself and your children. Comment 5. Yes, speak with a good lawyer. There's too much at stake and too many variables. As far as the recent pay raise, it may not factor into spousal support since it happened after separation, but that's yet another example why you need to speak to a lawyer. This story is titled, Caught Husband Cheating on Reddit. So, my husband and I have been together for 10 years, married for 2. We have a beautiful 2-year-old daughter and things have always been great with us. I never ever felt like I had to worry about him doing anything to hurt me, at least not in that cheating category. Lately he has been acting very weird and distant and staying up super late at night after I would go to bed. We have a camera in our living room, and when I would wake in the night and he wasn't there, I would check on him. Just to see if he had fallen asleep on the couch so I can go get him to come to bed. But I was noticing him on his phone at all hours, so I got a little suspicious but thought I was crazy. I'm currently in school and had class online last Tuesday and was using his laptop. Now normally I am not the type to snoop, never have done it to him, but something was telling me to look. So, I opened Reddit and came across an R4R post he made and saw his messages, and my heart literally broke. Message after message from girls. Some conversations were fine while others were not fine at all. When you are asking a person and them pleasuring themselves, and asking then if they want to listen to you, it's not okay. And then having a secret Snapchat to talk to him and get pictures. I'm disgusted. I confronted him that night and he was beside himself. I'm so sorry, I can't believe I did that. It has nothing to do with you. I've been in a really bad place. Our relationship hasn't been the same lately. I promise it will never happen again. And I want to believe him. We have been talking a lot about it this past week. I've been a mess, crying literally every day. He swears he wants our relationship to work and that he learned his lesson and feels like a loser, low-life weirdo. He realizes he needs to change and talk with me about things rather than do something like this. I have made the decision to work things out, but I honestly don't know how I'm going to get over this. It's all I think about. I close my eyes and can see the messages. I'm finding it hard to realize that our life would never be the same after what he did. We can never go back to before this happened, and it's a hard pill to swallow for me. Any advice on how you got over your spouse cheating? Comment 1. He sounds like a ticking time bomb. He has done nothing to fix himself. Individual counseling, delete all social media, open password, give locations, report his whereabouts, etc. All he has done is told you what you wanted to hear. I'm sorry. What's for dinner? Whatever was broke in him before is not suddenly fixed because you caught him. Comment 2. If a marriage or partnership is to reconcile, the wayward spouse, your husband, has to do the following: no more contact with affair partners or whatever they were. Best for him to delete his accounts. All email, phone, social media accounts are open to you. He has lost all privacy because of what he did. Must start individual counseling to figure out what his real reasons for what he did were. He is ashamed. He needs to transform to remorseful for you and help you heal here. You may want individual counseling too for a bit to build up your self-esteem here. Please know this had nothing to do with you, it's all him. No matter what he says the relationship was or wasn't, there are a number of things a wayward spouse can do other than cheat. Reconciliation takes 2 to 5 years or more, and for the first few, you are going to be going through so many emotions and times when you want to throw in the towel over and over again. 20-plus-year-old marriage here, almost 3 years after D-Day, 1 emotional affair partner and several sexting partners, no physical affairs. I feel confident about our relationship now. You must grieve the marriage. The man he was and hope he transforms with therapy. He might. Something is troubling him deeply, not an excuse, but something is seriously wrong there. He needs to deal with it and realize he has boundary issues and character issues he must deal with. Comment 3. Accept that he wasn't the person you thought he was, and simply take it day by day. I'm 1 year after finding out about my fiancé's affair. We've been together 13 years total, and I still get PTSD from it all. Decide whether or not your relationship is worth saving, and put the work in. If he doesn't give you 110% effort, ditch his ass. But keep in mind, if you decide the relationship is worth it, you can't be throwing his wrongdoings in his face at every turn. He likely knows he fricked up big. Take it slow and rebuild together. I'll also say, since I found out about the affair, my girl and I have been putting the work in, being more open, being more honest. You can make this work, but you need to be certain that he wants it to work as well. Unfortunately, you will never forget, and likely never forgive, but you can do your best to understand why it happened. Affairs are usually a symptom of greater issues. Best of luck to you both. Comment 4. If I'm reading correctly, his cheating has only been online, not physical. That's the one advantage you have over most of the stories on here. Lots of betrayed spouses forgive their wayward spouses for much worse, but everyone has their line in the sand. At the very least, he should give you unfettered access to his phone and social media and a tracking app if you desire it. If he's going to act like a child, you should treat him like one. Good luck. Comment 5. I don't think you ever get fully over it, especially when you choose to stay. You're always going to be watching, wondering, thinking about what he's doing. It takes a toll on your self-appreciation. I would say if you choose to stay, focus more on yourself than him. Focus on your own healing. Understand that you are worth more, that you deserve respect and fidelity. Set your rules in stone going forward. Tell him if he ever does it again, you're done. Don't allow him to walk over you. After all, he's crying because he realizes how close he was to losing you and how stupid his actions were. If you choose to stay, understand that you have every right to be suspicious of him. Don't ever feel bad, because you trusted him, and he threw that all out. Thank you so very much for listening. Please check out my other videos and like and subscribe.